Hello everybody, we would like to show you how to develop a RESTful application from scratch, deploy it on OpenShift and subsequently secure its API with TreeScale. All we're gonna need is an OpenShift cluster and an IDE which will help us with the implementation of the application. So right now I will be the developer who wants to create such kind of application. For this demo we decided to create a simple address book application with all operations you probably want, like create a new entry in the address book, list all entries, get a detail of one entry, delete an entry, update entry. So first of all, I would like to design a REST API contract for my application. Luckily for me, there is an Apicurito, which will help me with this task a lot. So right now I am on OpenShift web console, and there is a Red Hat Fuse Apicurito template. So I will create a new project from this template. The project is created, and once the deployment is done, I can access the web UI of Apicurito. So just wait a minute, and here we go. In Apicurito, as I said before, we can create an API for our application. So let's do it. Address book API. As you can see, the web UI is pretty descriptive. I would like to create a data type which will be an entry in address book, and on the bottom of the page I can easily create REST resources based on the name I provided. So as you may see, Apicurito create all operations for us, like list all entries, create a new entry, and operate on the single entry, like a get entry, update, and delete. The only thing I would like to add here is some properties for our entry, like an ID, name, and maybe phone. Not individual. So right now we are done with the definition of our API, and we can move on and generate a Fuse Camel project from this API. The project was generated and downloaded. So right now I can easily unzip the project and import the project into my favorite IDE, which will be of course Red Hat Developer Studio, which will provide me with a fancy Fuse tooling for easy development of Fuse applications. So I will import the project, and as you can see, Fuse tooling has this graphical editor where we can see pre-filled routes with REST operations. We define it in Apicurito, like a get entries, create entry, etc. So now please let me do a little trick, and voila, our application is already implemented. And we can move on to the last step and actually deploy the application on OpenShift. So we can check the README file that if we want the application running on OpenShift, we should call this Maven command. So let's do it. First of all, I need to log in to my OpenShift and create a new project. And then navigate to my application and call the command from the README file. The build is successfully done, and we can check our OpenShift instance, where we should now have 2 projects, and this is our application. So as we can see, the deployment is OpenShift is not completed, so we have to wait a couple of more moments. Here we go. So we can now send some requests to check whether our application is implemented correctly. As you can see, if I call get method on the entries path, I get all entries in my address book. I can specify only one entry, to get only one. We can create a new one if we call post method with some body, and if I call get entries all, again, as we can see, the new entry was added. Yeah, that's it. We have a running application on our OpenShift instance, and now we can secure it with TreeScale.